Pop a top and pour a pint. It's time for the Spit or Swallow Beer Review with your hosts, Shagdog and Jammer. We're diving into the frothy depths of hops, malts and barley, unearthing truths one brew at a time. Remember, every sip tells a story, and every comment, like, share and subscribe continues to write ours. So, let's raise a toast to the world of beer, banter, friends and family. Cheers!
Hey, Spit or Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
Jammer fan here, aka Tim the Tool Man, Jammer fan.
I got a leftover beer there, Jammer fan. It's Jockamo by Abita, Juicy IPA. It's double dry hopped. That's all.
Yeah, because I'm going to be driving to Home Depot, I'm drinking an NA beer. This is Lagunitas. They're just their IPNA. It's their IPA with no alcohol in it.
Well, mine gets an 86, and it actually has 6% ABV in it. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, Jammer. My doctor told me to cut back a little on the beer, and so I've just been having some non-ABV beers here and there. I sent you pictures of some Pliny the Elder that I drank the other night. So I'm still drinking beer, just moderating it out.
Nothing wrong
My
with,
doctor said, look, nothing serious, but your liver enzymes are like very, very mildly, like just out of the range, and your triglycerides and cholesterol just a little high. So. It's cut out all the fun stuff, cut out red meat, don't drink alcohol as much. Luckily, I don't smoke. So, it's like I'm not sucking down cigarettes.
Smoke, though, don't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit. So, so I've been trying to make some healthier choices, man. Work out more. I got to lose some weight,
That's the big key. Lose the weight, and you'll turn around, and everything else will kind of fall in place.
Yeah, and luckily this guy is only 40 calories. This little IPA here.
I do not have a clue what this is because, as you know, they don't have to put a nutritional label on beer.
But they do it on purpose on the NA IPAs because when you suck all the alcohol out, you suck all the calories out too. So they're all like super low calorie.
So it's want to make sure that it's at least one positive note from it. If you're not going to get drunk, at least you know you're not going to get fat from it.
Yeah, and you still can, dude, because they still have, I think this one's got 6 or 7 grams of carbs. So if you knock down 10 of them, like you're still got some calories coming in. But anyways, I'm just drinking mine from the can because it's an NA beer. That's just kind of what you do.
Well, mine, it's got a few floaties in there, Jammer fan. Got a few floaties, but it looks like a lemony type. Citrusy type.
Yeah.
Look at that. Almost like a lemon cream, actually, with the head like it is. It's got a white head on it. It does have that piney, resiny type, dank smell. Citrus in there.
I know sometimes you guys say dank is like a dish rag thing. For me, dank is like that piney cannabis almost kind of smell. That's how I associate it with it. But
don't get me wrong, I agree with you on that. There's certain dankness. All right, now if it's a dank that would remind me of,
like when they say a dank basement, when you walk down and there's that musty smell. I know that's also a word, dank, as well, and that also has another type of smell associated with it, like a dank basement, like a cellar.
Yeah. I personally think that when I say dank, I'm talking about more of a dish rag.
Yeah.
Except if it did have more of a pot smell, I would tell you. Because there's a few that I had that was kind of like the other day when I had this THC infused lemonade and tea.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see the video probably, but I had.
I don't think so yet. No.
I had a drink here. They're selling these THC infused drinks now, and so I reviewed one of them when I was with Shagdog, and I didn't know whether 5% THC. I didn't know how bad that was going to be.
Yeah.
So I turned around and said, let me drink it first. Wait a little while for it to take effect. Well, it didn't really take effect. So that tells me that it only took effect after I had like 7 or 8 beers on top of it. And then, So is it the beer or was it the?
So Jammer, I will tell you that alcohol helps THC kick into your body
Mhm.
because it's weird. Some people don't digest pot as well as others. So some people it takes a lot to get them
Yeah.
to, it takes a lot more. Now, the people that take a lot more, for some reason, if you drink with it, it like the people who have a kind of an immunity to it, there's some kind of enzyme they have in their liver that's sort of stopping the absorption of the THC. But when your
Mhm.
liver's busy processing that beer, then it kind of
Mhm.
lets it slip through better, if that makes sense. Because your
Yeah.
liver's all of a sudden busy doing something else. It's not trying to.
Oh yeah.
So, and I usually do sublingual. So what I do if I get like a gummy, I know you had a drink, but I'll chew the gummy in my mouth and then I'll let it sit under my tongue
Oh
and
yeah.
then let it sublingually absorb, kind of like, because there's sublingual minute, and then I'll swallow it after that, and then because then it's not going through your liver, it's going through under your tongue. It's like sublingual. I'm sure you've heard of the term.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah,
when I did that, there was a dankness there that I said, "Oh yeah, this does have that resiny pine, and not piney, but resiny kind of pot smell, and I personally
yeah,
enjoy that smell myself. I think it's a nice smell. Some people don't like it, but I actually think it's a nice smell. I mean, that's just me. Um, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
have several of these drinks, and I've been wanting to review them, but I wanted to only review the one and to see how it affected me, and so now I know it doesn't really affect me that much. So I figure I have to either drink several of them or drink some alcohol, because later on it started to kick in, and it wasn't my typical buzz. It was more of an uplifting,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
a happy buzz, a real
And
happy type.
it was probably 5 milligrams and not 5%. They measure it by milligrams,
I'm
and a, and
sorry,
a,
yeah,
and a,
milligrams, yeah, five
and a
milligrams.
stand a standard dose is 10 milligrams, and it usually takes like an average person to feel like stoned off of it, probably like 20 milligrams. So 20 milligrams
Mm.
would have been like, that would have been
4.
like four or five, four, yeah, four. So you said you had 7 or 8 or seven. Wait, how many
Seven or
or
eight
how many?
beers.
Oh, but you just had the one 5 milligram, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So 5 milligram is like, I gave some to my grandma one time to see if like it
Keep
would
her
help her
stoned off of
arthritis. No, the 5 doesn't, like, yeah, she barely felt 5 milligrams. So 5 is like a baby dose. I would say 20 would be like what I would consider our normal dose.
that. Yeah.
So if you did 5, that's another reason you probably didn't feel it too, was the low dose.
Yeah, I knew it was a low dose, but I was just like, okay, I don't know how it will affect me, so let me just
Yeah.
err on the side
They
of
usually
caution.
make the drinks a low dose because it's easy to go through a drink and they don't want somebody plowing through like a 6 pack of them and then
Hmm.
like all of a sudden they're going to the hospital
And
or
if you
something.
have to drink more, that means you have to buy more, and means you spend more money to
And
get.
also, yeah, you have to spend more. It makes sense. It makes sense.
But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Giacomo, I'm sure this is completely out of date, even though I don't. It's 230.95. That's what it says. 230.95. The 1410 I know is 210 p.m.
So sometimes there's 230, 90, because sometimes like the 230, so it would stand for the 230th day
Day,
of,
ninth
of the
month,
year.
fifth day, or no, that's
Well,
right. Yeah, yeah, you're
I'm
right.
not I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the 9 is. The 9 may be like sometimes the 9 will be like what time it was, like if it was 9 a.m.
No,
So
because it has
and then
1410 and it's abbreviated like time is, so
yeah, so 230th day of the year. What is that? Like I mean 150th day, like the middle of, so 180 would be in like June, right? So I'm trying to think. I don't know. Uh, so
well,
maybe it was
230 is 350 was 365 days, so 230 would be closer to what, November,
so
uh,
maybe it was brewed November
October.
last year. Maybe it was brewed November or October of last year.
Yeah,
So that would put it at like I don't know 7 8 months. But we
yeah.
could be wrong. It could just be a judge. They could just be some code that's our proprietary. Like it's just gobbledygook, and only they know kind of what it means.
Let's see, date code. let's just put 230.95, right? I put what the hell? 230.95. Let's see, meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what it says. Manufacture date, the 29th week of 2023. Well, I know that's wrong. Couldn't be
Yeah.
23. I've had this for
Yeah.
2 years and I'm drinking it. What the fuck?
Well, I guess you'll just. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
you'll
I
never
have
know.
had it for a while. I mean, last time I did a review of this Jockamo has been quite a while. I would have to do a
Okay,
search on.
maybe it was 23. Maybe you did it in 24 and it was like 6 months old, so it got canned in 23. You did it in the middle of 24, and it's been like a year.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But you know what? It's held up good. I mean, even though it has a lot of floaties, yeah, a lot of floaties that kind of settled now. It does have a good flavor. So
Was it in the fridge?
yeah, it's been in the fridge the whole time.
So that makes a huge difference. It would have been worse if it wasn't in the fridge. I used to be in the beer industry, so I can tell you what those floaties are, because I asked a beer rep one time. So
It's
beer has
yeast.
protein in it. Well, actually, no, it's
I
protein
know.
globbing together. So beer has protein in it. Honestly, like a big IPA probably has 2 grams of protein in it. Like a Budweiser has a gram of protein. Like if you look up the nutrition facts, beer has protein in it. And what happens over time is the protein molecules all
Mm,
start gathering together and clumping together. So it's not at people think it's yeast, but it's not. It's actually protein globules.
yeah. Well, I knew though this. If you drink it with those globules or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
clumps or whatever,
That's probably a
it
globule.
will
I kind of
it
it's probably not
will
scientific term.
cause it will cause you to have a very gaseous day.
So how do you get rid of them? You let them sink to the bottom and just don't drink
I
them?
usually, well, that's the thing. For the beer review, I end up drinking some of them, I'm sure, but
Yeah,
I do try to let them settle as
that's
much
a
as
good
I
idea.
can.
Yeah, I didn't know about the gas thing, but that makes sense because it's like, it's
Because
probably
every
not a
time
good
I
thing.
drink something like this that's been old and it's been and I get that I have really bad gas and I just thought today, one way I can counteract that is maybe to take some probiotics after I finish drinking all this
Yeah, I've been
stuffed
drinking a
everything.
lot more. I've been taking a lot more probiotics, dude. In fact, I heard that kefir is the best for
Yeah.
probiotics because you want something that's actually live and been fermented. Like the dry pills at the store, you can buy little probiotic gummies, but I'm like, are they really alive? Is there really like live probiotics in there?
But some of the best stuff is yogurt and, like you said, kefir
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So some of
yeah.
that is the best stuff to have.
Yeah, so just do that, man. Just get some fucking yogurt. They have all kinds of good. Just get some fucking chocolate flavored yogurt, dude. I had some chocolate flavored yogurt the other day, and I was just like, hell yeah, this is good.
And I've been going across the band of all these different kind of mushroom type coffees and stuff.
Oh, those can be good for your digestive system as
I've been
well.
drinking that for probably the past year. I tried Rise and I've tried Every Dose and
What'd you think of Bryce? Because I have an unopened bag of it that somebody gave me that's good till like 2026.
I thought Rise was good. Every Dose I don't think is as good as the Rise was, but they do give a few freebies along the way, which freebies can only take you so far. I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
have. I don't feel like it's made any significant change. With the
Okay.
Rise, when I was drinking it, I felt as though it was a little bit of a different change. It was a little more oomph to it. In the sense of. But
Yeah.
I have to try Mud Water, and there's another one. I forget what the name of it, Atlas or something like that. I figure I have to
Well,
try that.
report in, man. You tell me what, because I'm trying to like take some of. They call them what adaptogenic. They're
Yeah,
adaptogenic mushrooms, I think, right?
yeah,
Um,
lion's mane, reishi, and a few others.
turkey tail,
Yeah,
turkey
turkey
tails,
tail. Yeah.
turkey tails in there. Cordyceps, I think, some kind of
Yeah,
cordyceps thing.
and some of them will add collagen and some probiotics and stuff to it too. So
Interesting, interesting. Yeah,
I do
cool.
think that one of the big things is that you want to have see now like with mud water. Mud water supposedly isn't coffee at all. They don't have any coffee. They just it's mushrooms and so forth. But I know Rise and Every Dose has some coffee in it, and it has so much caffeine in it, and so
So
forth.
I got the caffeine free one because the person that bought it didn't know it was caffeine free. They got the wrong one. They know I don't like caffeine, so
Yeah,
they hooked me up.
but in general, I think that uh, I don't know where I was going with it at the time, but uh, I like
Not
the
much
Rise.
change. Yeah, but not
But as
much.
far as the mushrooms go, is I've been a big believer in mushrooms to begin with for a long, long time. I think it makes a big difference. I always like having mushrooms like with my eggs and mushrooms with other stuff. And it's just like when we were
Yeah.
talking about the other day about making. I haven't done it yet, but I do because the problem was I couldn't get the Guinness. But I'm going to
Oh,
try
the
to get
Guinness
some
mushroom
Guinness.
sauce for like
Yeah.
steak. Yeah, the Guinness mushroom steak
And
sauce. Yeah.
believe it or not, Jammer fan, Shag Dog made a short of that, right?
Yeah.
And that short has the highest views than any other short that he's made.
That's funny. That's funny, man.
Us talking about making Guinness mushroom gravy.
Yeah.
So,
So your beer, by the way, is a hazy IPA, or they're just calling it a hazy IPA?
well, it's a juicy IPA, and it's
Oh,
actually a
juicy.
New
Okay.
England style IPA.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
very delicious, easy to drink, it's pretty smooth. Um, got the nice citrus flavor in there, nice piney. I would give it a B and a swallow and a quarter. As far as what you were talking about, the protein, when I was drinking the Samuel Adams ones, like Old Fezziwig and a couple of others, they
Yeah.
seem smoother and not as rough. Smoother, easier to drink, and still with a lot of flavor in comparison. And they were a month out of date. So,
This may be far longer than a month out of date, though.
oh, this one
Month
I
out of date.
believe is much
Yeah.
longer. Yeah.
So that's probably yeah. At least seemed like a good experience. So mine, I've had this a couple times. This Lagunitas IPA. It's it's a pretty cool idea. They made one of the first like really good non-alcoholic IPAs. I guess they spent 2 years working on it and tweaking it and stuff. And it tastes like it tastes kind of more like maybe a pale ale, but it's got a really good hoppy flavor. And I
Yeah.
mean, it tastes like a beer, man. Some of these like these newfangled things, man. It's really taken off.
Let me tell you, that is a market that was wide open for the longest time because all you had was that Red Barn or whatever one and
And then O'Doul's, and they just
Old
tasted like crap.
Duels,
And like, yeah,
and it was just sitting there waiting to be tapped. And Lagunitas
yeah.
there and a few others have been smart enough to say, hey, let's tap into that side because sometimes you want the flavor of the beer and
So Athletic Brewing, which is probably the most prolific one that's everywhere,
hmm
they're now valued at $4 billion, and the
hmm
non-alcoholic beer industry is something like $17 billion industry now for just
yeah.
non-alcoholic beer. Like it's a big industry.
Yeah.
And there's this big trend now. All these German breweries are doing it. Um, Local breweries are starting to do it. You know,
There's
they
nothing wrong with it. The German ones, I guarantee you, the German ones are going to taste fabulous.
dude, I had some of the German ones and they're amazing. They're
Yeah,
they're they're really good. Now they haven't mastered the IPA quite as like the Americans, but they that's
that's
not
not
really
their
that's not their
specialty.
thing.
Yeah.
I will say Deschutes Trail Pass IPA tastes just like a West Coast IPA. It's amazingly good, man. Deschutes is just like you get piney, you get dank. It just tastes like you're drinking a regular beer. This Lagunitas though is good, man. It's like this is a good
Well,
like
that's a good
the
brewery to begin with
yeah.
because
So
even their regular beers are really good. I mean, let's face it, that's one of the blessings from California.
yeah, yeah. So I would give this to me. This is like it's a swallow and like a B as a non-alcoholic beer. It's
Yeah.
not like what. It's not one of the ones in the upper echelons. So Deschutes makes a non-alcoholic Black Butte Porter, and there's not a lot of dark ones out there, dark NA
hmm
beers. So I'll have to try that. And then Sapporo makes some kind of like NA rice lager beer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's some other ones. I tried Stella, but I want to try Peroni. Peroni makes a non-alcoholic. I want to try
they make a yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try them out, man. I just got to do it little by little because they are expensive. They cost more than the regular beer. And it's just like
which is amazing,
it's because the process to do it is I listened to a podcast on it because somebody sent it over to me. They're like, and I told you guys a couple times about it. I won't like, get into it here, but it's a complicated, very weird process, and I think it costs them like more to make than an average beer, unfortunately. Maybe, maybe not. It could be a marketing, and they're just jacking up the price. I don't know.
I feel as though this is just feelings, so that's bullshit. But you know what I'm saying, just feelings.
Yeah.
I feel as though that they're probably just a marketing thing. They know that people want that option because, especially if you're a designated driver, you want to taste like you're drinking beer. They want that flavor, and especially if you're trying to wean yourself off of beer, or if you're just wanting to not drink alcoholic beverages for so long, kind of like Lent. You want to,
but you want to still feel like you have a beer. Yeah. And for me, right now it's 1:08 p.m. in the afternoon, and I got to fix this door. But I wanted to come on Spit or Swallow Beer Review, and I just don't want to come on with like a freaking seltzer water. I don't want to come on with like a LaCroix and be like, this is LaCroix lime. It just doesn't. I mean, this is a Spit or Swallow Beer Review.
Now, Jammer fan, you've had several of those seltzer waters, haven't you? Have you tried the ranch water and LaCroix and what's the other one that's real popular? The one the women love. Forget the name of it. Fuck.
We get Waterloo. There's Waterloo.
Yeah.
But that's not alcohol.
I'm gonna say this. There's a certain flavor that I really hate, and all of them seem to have that flavor.
In the non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
In the alcoholic, well, I'm sure the non-alcoholic has to have it too. But there's a flavor there, and it's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's so odd. And when we did a lot of the seltzer waters way back before the channel got
I remember those. You guys reviewed a lot. Dude. Like a lot of them.
And I was very disappointed because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it has that flavor. It's terrible flavor, I can't describe it because it's so odd. But it seems to me like I do know this much. I was up in Virginia and I went to Lone Pine Brewing. Okay. They're no longer in business anymore, but they used to have a little pub and they do the brewing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they said those seltzer waters were the high profit ticket. It was funny. He was talking to me about all this stuff, and he said, "Yeah, we make our most money off of those because it doesn't cost as much to produce."
Yeah, it's just basically you're just fermenting sugar. You're creating like a sugar water, and then sugar water. Then it just turns into like kind of like
and adding flavor.
Yeah, then you add in flavor, then you carbonate. You're done. Yeah.
And he was saying that you would think it would cost a lot and all that stuff, but it's the cheapest thing to make, and we're making a high profit on that, and so forth. And but when he was explaining it to me and everything, it made sense because when they were adding these different flavors, and I worked with a lot of different flavorings when I was in juice and beverage industry and so forth. And let me tell you, there's I forget what it was called, but it was a certain flavor extract, and it reminds me of that category of flavor extract. Not so much the flavor, but the category. Like you have a certain category of this is flavorings, and it's this. Flavoring. Golly, what would you call it? Shit. An extract, and another one would be a. I don't know. It's the way you extract the flavor.
Okay. Yeah.
There's different type of flavorings and everything. A waff or a womp, I forget. It's a weird name, but it reminded me of that because I had tasted it back then, and so when I tasted that, and I start tasting in these seltzer waters, I was like, oh my god, I hate that flavor.
It's like
I
some
can't,
kind of extract with flavoring. Yeah,
and I don't like it. Yet it's in every one of those, and I was surprised that it was in every one of those because you would think this is your opportunity to add fresh juice type flavorings to a seltzer water.
that's crazy, man.
It wouldn't take much to add
Yeah,
strawberry water or cucumber water or whatever.
I think you can do that. I think as long as you add in citric acid and make it a high enough acid to where that the fruit won't spoil.
Right.
But like, yeah. But I hear another show's calling me, Jammer. I got to go on Tool Time now and fucking fix his door.
All right, man.
So wish me luck, man. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for having me on. I was just that's why I have these dudes, so I could just come on and talk and just chat with you.
I think
And
when you got that lock thing,
it should, that lock thing. I'm not paying somebody to do it, man. I'm gonna do it.
I
But
think
hopefully,
that
unlike Tim Taylor, I won't fuck it
I
up.
almost guarantee you'll be able to find that lock.
We got it at Home Depot. We got it at Home Depot last time. So if I get the exact one, it should fit. And then just boom, unscrew it. Just boom, boom, bam, bam. Yeah, done.
Now, if you want to elevate that experience by getting like a Eufy fingerprint camera type, maybe then you'd have to do special.
I think then you have to do special stuff. I'm just getting the exact one, man. So wish me luck, bro.
Good luck.
All right, dude.
All right, so let's go ahead and close it out. I've done mine.
Yeah.
I gave a great Spitter Swallow beer review. Thanks, Jammer Fan, for coming on. Good luck with your lock experience.
Thanks.
I'm sure there's a song out there about
hopefully
locks.
I don't have a fucking hole in my door that I have to put a sock or like weather stripping in for a while, and then just be like, okay, there's no lock. Luckily, I'm home tomorrow, so I can a lock guy can always come out and do it.
Just remember, chicken wire and duct tape. You can almost fix everything.
Yeah. All right. Cool, bro. All right. That's all, man.
Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Jammer.
Jammer Fan. I hope you do some more reviews today, or have some more.
I'm gonna do at least one more, if not.
All right.
two.
Cool, man. I'll check it out later.
All right. Take care. Good luck. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.